This is going to be a review of one of my games for my MOBAFIRE guide. I went comment this game because I'm in a range matchup, so I don't really care about Aftershock. It's still fine, but I feel like comment allows me to poke harder against range matchups, and I don't really want to get in range of range champions that much. Usually what I do on level 1 with Fiddle, if my jungle starts top, and even with other champs like Karma, maybe Sona as well, but mostly Karma Fiddle, is I would go around here and then ward the tribush. You could also walk in the tribush, but it's really risky because it might be warded. Maybe the enemy jungler comes with their bot lane and you get gangbanged. This is the easiest way to get a small advantage. You just ward the brush, and then when the bot lane comes from red, which is most of the time what they're gonna do. I mean, they could also walk through bot side, but generally people walk through here. I stay here, I just use my E. We can skip a bit, I guess. And then I just E. And it's really nice because most of the time people will be clumped up and then your E bounces off a lot on them. I'm just standing in one place trying to abuse my Dread passive to get move speed and just push waves. I eat the creeps, I don't have to go for the Draven because there's very high chance he gets hit. And even if it doesn't get hit, that's fine. I get a hit on Nami anyway. Here I can see he's pretty free to use my E, then I just go for the Q because he walks into me, but we don't really get much out of it, which is fine. In this kind of situation where the ADC starts Doran's Blade instead of Doran's Shield, it's actually amazing for Fiddle and poke supports because Doran's Shield is so much better against poke. Now I start pushing the creep with my auto attacks because I want to get creep advantage. So they can't really fight in the creep wave. The creep wave is way too strong early game. At this point I'm kind of scared of Kha'Zix because we've seen that Eve is top. Yeah. We've seen that Eve is top and she's taken the crab, which means that Kha'Zix is probably going for bot crab. I'm just memeing here, standing pretty far back in case we get ganked. I mean, we're still pretty far up, but... And at this point we see Draven walking up aggressively, even though he's really low on HP, which means that we're obviously getting ganked. There's no reason for him to walk up that aggressively when he's that low. Honestly, this particular play was played really badly by me, because I should have just waited for them to clump up and then E, but I was kind of panicked. I kind of panicked, so... Eve covers us both, which is really good, because now we can't really get ganked. At this point I see Draven walking up, so I just fear him and ignite. Nami for some reason went AFK, so we kill him. And now you can hear the chat sounds, which means they're probably flaming each other. Yeah, Nami's probably answering to the Draven. Now I just want to push out the wave and back because I'm really low. I'm like 0% HP, 0% mana. And honestly, at this point, we're already winning pretty hard because you're not really supposed to win lane with Kai'Sa against Draven. And actually, Nami is not that bad against Fiddle because she has the self-sustain. She's one of the best range matchups into Fiddle because of the sustain. But this guy obviously, they just get pushed in early and they can't really do anything, which is most of the matchups against Fiddle if you play correct. I upgrade my spell tips, I buy boots, pink ward. Usually if I don't have gold for certain items, and if I have exactly 350 gold, I would go for Darksteel. Even though, since it's such a cost efficient item and you can sell it for more than most items. Draven and Nami seem to be still arguing. Speed up. I just spam my E here. I try to use my move speed, as you can see. Our mid lane just died, it's fine. We don't really care. Oops. So you can see here, even though it's Draven, Nami, we got a creep wave fighting. So we have 3 range creeps, which is almost like a champion, an extra champion. So Draven can't really fight into us. This is one of the reasons why it's really hard to play against Fiddle in lane if he doesn't get camped. We get another kill. They're pretty much super tilted right now. I don't really want to ruin Kai'Sa's CS, so that's why I don't auto attack that much. And now we get platings, which is amazing because you get so much extra gold. We probably want to get one more plating and back. I will E the wave, so we push it faster. There's no risk of me stealing any farm because all the creeps are full HP. And at this point we just base. Now I go for magic pen boots. Usually if I have exact go for Mobis, I would buy it, and Mobis is better on higher elo because you can commit more to helping other lanes because people actually have brain there. And this is a Diamond 1 game. It's not amazingly high, but it's my Smurf. It's D1, and I feel like above Diamond 3 maybe, you are more inclined to help other lanes with Mobis and commit resources to them. The lower you are, I feel like the more you have to focus on your own lane and like smashing lane first and then maybe looking to help other lanes. So I guess at this point Nami, I don't know if she rage quits, but they were arguing earlier. She rage quits and she comes back like 1 or 2 minutes later. So I guess I'll just skip to that. At this point someone, I think Eve pinged the crab. Yeah, at this point Eve pinged the crab. And I can also see that it's spawning soon. So I just go there to secure the crab for Eve. I don't really know if Kha'Zix is here, but now I see him, I insta-fear him, ignite him, so... I ignite him so he doesn't heal as much from the W, because his W heals him when he hits in close range. We trade 1 for 1, but it's not the end of the world. Our mid is not putting enough pressure for sure, since LeBlanc is supposed to win early against Akali. Akali just destroys her later on, and she's a lot more useful and scales better. But this guy doesn't really have much pressure. He seems to get pushed in, and Akali also roams. Okay, I think at this point, yeah, Nami reconnects. Let's see what happens. Okay, so right now I don't really know if they have wards, but I guess they don't. Now they ward. And I'm gonna look for an ult. I mean, it's pretty obvious I'm going for it, but they don't seem to respect it as much as they should. And I also have flash, so even if they flash out and stuff, I can still follow them with my flash. That's another kill, and this guy is pretty much useless at this point, because if Draven doesn't get kills, and he loses his stacks, he's not a champion to be honest, and Kai'Sa outscales him so hard. We're about to get first tower as well. We know that Akali is missing right now, but we're still pushing. Because we are that confident that we are gonna outplay. Kai'Sa has her heal, I have stopwatch, and I go for the Nami here, but it's honestly kinda greedy. I don't die, but I think eventually I die. So pretty close play. I thought we could outplay it, but we don't really. At least it's only me dying. Okay. And you could see, even though LeBlanc is not following, at least she's getting some damage on the tower. Now I just walk up to Draven, because I see Eve coming. I think there was a visual bug, yeah. This looks like I'm ulting, but my ulti is on cooldown, you can see here. It's just a visual bug of my W for some reason. Okay. And honestly, when you win bot lane super hard, your jungle is more inclined to help you and protect you, because he sees that you're winning lane. At this point I'm pinging my team to back off, because I'm already dead. So maybe they could survive. You could see both, at this point, both our mid is getting outclassed super hard since he's like getting out-roamed. We're a champion, he should be smashing early. He rarely TP'd bot, because our top doesn't have TP. So we are getting gangbanged bot, but we have such a huge lead on bot that it doesn't really matter. This game is basically a 3v5 at this point. Even though you could argue that LeBlanc is a lot weaker than Akali, she's still better off than Draven and Nami. He just died, I think 1v1? Yeah. But that shows you even more that how hard you can have how big of an impact you can have on a game. Honestly, Eve should probably be around bot now to get the Drake, but she's not. So now we have to be a bit scared. We're walking around. Now we know that Kha'Zix did Drake. I'm pinging my Kai'Sa to not walk into him, but for some reason he goes scouting for the Kha'Zix. Now I don't really know what I think I just got a deep ward here. Or not a deep ward, but just just a ward. And at this point I was thinking maybe I could do some play around mid if Akali stays, so we can get the bounty, since she has like almost 500 gold bounty, but Akali went to base. I just ping ward here, so I can know if they see me, and I think I'm gonna ult in the next few seconds to kill Draven again. Yeah. And you could see here, when I fear, I don't instantly E. I wait out the fear, because a lot of people just insta silence, and you overlap the CC a bit. If you space out your fear, when you get a few points in fear, if you space it out, the Draven is pretty much CC'd throughout the entire OT. Like, he gets out of the fear, and then he gets silenced, so there's not much he can do, to be honest. Even if he has flash and stuff like that. It's pretty much no counterplay. The counterplay to Fiddle is you camp him early and you pick something that's like that can set up jungle ganks very well, like Braum or I don't know. And then you play safe. You try to not get poked too hard. Your ADC has to go around shield. But obviously, that didn't happen this game. Now we push bot tower and now we just group for mid because we are already pretty close and we had a huge wave. Usually when you push bot you want to swap to top, but this game we're so far ahead we can just do whatever we want, to be honest. Speed up. Now we just base. I think I got an entire Oblivion Orb here. Usually if I don't have the entire item, if I have like 800 gold, I would probably go for Kino Gem. It's just always about what kind of gold you have and what power spikes you can hit with it. So here I have the entire Oblivion Orb, so I can obviously buy it. If I had just 950 gold, I would probably just upgrade my Sightstone. If I had 800 gold, I would buy Kino Gem. You just always have to think about your build. Now we see that they have a ward here. We even get started with the Scrying Orb. And Evelyn still gets killed by the Draven ulti, but it's fine. I was just trying to set up vision so I can look for an ulti, but now I walk around, which is pretty obvious that I'm looking to ult, and I just wait. Now he ults because she thinks I'm gonna ult, but it's pretty obvious I'm gonna ult, so I wanna wait. Yeah. Now I was standing just to see if they keep walking up, but they just based. Now we kinda wanna set up vision around Herald, but Kai'Sa used the plant for some reason. I see Kha'Zix, I insta-fear him. He can't really do much, to be honest. The fear is way too strong in these kind of situations. We start the Herald ourselves because we know that their jungle just died. I see LeBlanc jumping in and they're not really close in range to stop me, so I just ult immediately. You don't have to always hide to ulti, right? Like if they're that far away, you can just gap close and they can't really stop you. And even though Akali goes into her shroud, I know that my ulti still does damage to her, so I don't really care. I just wait for her to go out of the shroud. At this point, my team is honestly standing way too far back when you're that far ahead, so we'll get the inhib super early in the game. And now we're kind of overstaying. We should probably back, but I see my team, I see the blank is going for plays. And I'm probably just gonna go back, yeah. you always want to play around your teammates. It doesn't matter what you think is the correct play, what is actually the correct play. You always have to follow your teammates. I mean, obviously not into your death, but whenever you can cover them. For example, here the tank just dies randomly. There's not much I can do, but I'm still here to do stuff, right? I fear people. Even though the correct play here is probably just reset, get dragon. Like, our jungle is not here, but we're so far ahead that it doesn't really matter what we do, to be honest. Like, we could do whatever we want. This here is obviously kind of greedy. And at this point, I'm like, okay, screw it, I'm just gonna leave Kaisa. Because you could see I have like a 600 bounty. So I don't really want to give it. I'm just pinging my team to help me if Irelia, in case Irelia chases me. But she decides not to, because I guess I'm pretty fast with my tier 2 boots. She has the Triforce move speed buff, but I don't think she can catch up to me. I finish Morello, which is pretty nice because it's good against Nami's heal, it's good against uh, lifesteal in general, against Akali's Q, Gunblade. She also heals from Gunblade. Kha'Zix heals from his W. Irelia has Doran's Blade as well and Corrupting Pot, and Draven has Doran's Blade. And maybe he has like Bloodline lifesteal from runes. Now I just go for a random camp. It's probably not a good play, to be honest, because my reasoning here is I can do it super fast and there was not much we could do around the map and people were basing, like Irelia and Eve based. But I should have probably been around my teammates. It's pretty bad on my part to just go for a camp, but it's some habits I have. You could see here how I almost perfectly spaced out the Fear and E. Okay. Eve uses ult to get close because she is greedy for the KDA. We're pinging Baron. We could do it, I guess, but I see LeBlanc fighting in the jungle, so I was looking to help her. I scout the ward, I want to kill it, but we are honestly doing two things at once here. Is pretty bad. Like, we shouldn't be going for this blue, but it's fine. We're so far ahead, it doesn't really matter. They just pretty much one-shot Baron. That's two. I was gonna base here, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna help LeBlanc with the crab. Since when you fear the crab, it loses the resistances and it gets killed way too fast. I mean, she could do it herself with her E, but her E takes some time to wind up. My fear is instant, so we save some time there. And when I base, at this point, I know this is pretty much gonna be the last push of the game. So I just buy Elixir of Sorcery, since it's pretty much the most cost-efficient item in the game, I think. It's 500 gold, it gives you way too much AP and true damage to towers. And you will see how much damage I do to towers right now. My team is just randomly fighting top for no reason, but I just go bot because I see them top. I go bot with Queen, and now look at how much damage I'm doing to the towers with my Elixir. Like this blue thingy. And my aura attacks. I also have more power. I have 335 AP. And also a lot of magic penetration, which means that my spells basically do true damage to them. Because they barely have any MR. Just go for the last push. We're only two, but we're that far ahead that it doesn't really matter. Just fear Kha'Zix and I insta-ult into them. And look at how much damage I'm doing at this point because I'm so fed. My team starts pinging me because they're like, oh, Fiddle kill them, what? I think I kill Nami here as well. Now my team starts pinging me again. But it's not like a negative ping, so it's good. I think I just base here, or we just go for Drake. Yeah, at this point I just base, buy some item. I don't even know what I bought here. Okay, I bought a needlessly ward shot, going for Rabadons. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I think I randomly sold my pink words. I'm wasting so much time, but it doesn't really matter. And you could see this game how our mid laner didn't basically do anything. We got gangbanged on bot by Irelia. Kha'Zix was bot, but I guess Eve was also bot. We were in a lane that we are supposed to lose, kind of, because Draven is so much stronger than Kai'Sa. But we basically 2v8 the game. You could see how careful I am, even though we're so far ahead. It's just, I don't really want to randomly throw. Because you could always lose games like this, even if you're that far ahead. You make one or two mistakes, they have two inhibs to farm creeps from, and you feed them huge bounties. And they eventually come back. So I never push my luck. Now I just group with my team. I insta-fear the Kha'Zix as he was jumping, and then I group with my team so I don't get isolated from his passive. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe I'm gonna do more reviews of the games in the future, but this will be it for now.